Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's my Noelle. So today I am doing an eyebrow tutorial. So it's very simple, just a few products are needed. This video is very weird for me because I did my eyebrows last so that I have my makeup on for the video. But usually I do my eyebrows first so that whenever I use my concealer and all that stuff, it doesn't get in the way of my eyeshadow. But it worked out well. I like the way they turned out. I also used some new products. I had never used Anastasia Dipbrow before. So I was like, alright, I got to try it. So I went to the store and I was like, I need something new. I'll get the Dipbrow. So I used it and I used it in this tutorial and I really like how it looks. Alright, so let's get into the video. Alright, so now that we're all up close and personal, I can start on my brows. So I already have my whole face done besides my brows. So what I'm going to be taking first to start with is the Anastasia Dipbrow. And this one's in the shade Dark Brown. The shades that I use usually fluctuate because my eyebrows are a different color than my hair naturally. So sometimes I try to match them to my hair, other times I try to match them to their natural color. Now this is a pretty dark brown color, so it's going to be pretty dark and match my natural brow hair color. So what I'm first going to do is take the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 brush. And then I'm going to take my mirror and I'm going to angle the brush and make a line directly under my eyebrow. So now that we've got that, don't worry if it's a little messy, we're going to clean it up later with some concealer. But now we're going to take the same brush, put a little bit more product on it, and then go right over the brow. So you underline and then you're going to overline the brow to make the general shape. And then naturally, my eyebrows don't really arch for themselves, so I have to draw that in. So I just drew my arch, and once you have it drawn in, you can fill it in. Now notice that I'm leaving the front part blank for now because we don't want the front part to be as pigmented and harsh as the tail end and the arch. Not filling them in the front, it creates a more gradient effect for the brow. So I'm just filling in some patchy areas and trying to make it all look one solid color. Okay, so once you have most of it filled in the tail end, we can move on to the front. So I'm putting no additional product on my brush, and then I'm going to sort of make hair-like flicks toward the beginning to look like real hair. Okay, so now that we have that, we can take the spoolie end of the brush and just run the spoolie right through the front part of the brow. And this is going to make the color that we just put on there much less harsh and look much more natural. Okay, and now I'm going to run the spoolie through the rest of the brow. So we're going to come back and finish this brow a little bit later, but now I'm just going to do the second brow and I'm just going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to underline it, overline it, and then fill it in. Alrighty, now I have my right and my left brow on, so now we are going to move on to cleaning them up. This step is perfect if you don't have a very steady hand. Today, I happen to drink a lot of coffee, and my hand is very shaky, so what you're going to do is take any concealer. I'm taking just a random NYX concealer. It's like a thicker, creamier one, and a flat brush, and I'm going to underline right underneath of the brow just to clean up any mistakes. Okay, now that I've underlined the brow, I'm going to take the same brush. I put no more concealer on it, and then I'm going to take it above the tail end of the brow and clean that up just a little bit. Okay, so now this is kind of the tricky part. So usually I do my eyebrows before I put my eyeshadow and foundation on so that this concealer doesn't get in the way of anything. But for the sake of this video, I wanted to have the rest of my makeup done before I do my brows. So I'm going to have to be very careful blending this concealer out so it doesn't mess up the eyeshadow. So what I'm going to do is take just a small pencil brush and just blending it in right where it is. I don't want to blend it down at all because I do not want this concealer to blend away any of this eyeshadow that I have going. And then if you want to kind of run over it with your finger to further blend it, that sometimes helps as well. Alright, so now that that one's done, I'm going to do the same thing to the other brow. Now that we've filled in our brows and cleaned them up, carved them out, there was one last step you can do. You can stop here, which usually I do, but for the sake of this video, I am going to do this last step. So, what you can do is take an eyeshadow that is about one shade lighter than your eyebrow color. So, I'm dipping into the Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to take this guy right here on just a pencil brush. You can kind of run it through and just further fill them in. This is kind of setting it. I like to put this in the front part of my brow just to create that gradient effect, but just another extra step you can take. And you could also take an eyeshadow that is the same color and set the rest of your brow, which I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take a very dark brown color, just the same color that the Dipbrow is, and then just kind of run it through the rest of the brow. Alright guys, that's it. That's my eyebrow tutorial. Very simple, just a few products. Doesn't take very long, max maybe like 10 minutes depending on how precise you're trying to get, but I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!